Yo, welcome to Dancho's Hideout with me, Dancho. I'm glad you guys can make it today. And today I want to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 95. And it was a doozy of a chapter. We got Ino's ability, which looks pretty damn cool if you ask me. We got this grandson and his grandma who has the ability to copy bodies somehow. And then we have Yuji and Megumi teaming up, but it doesn't seem to go to where we want it to go. They don't seem to be working too well together. And their opponent is this really big old tanky Netero-like dude everybody likes to say, who seems to be able to take anything they dishing at him. So yeah, it's looking like it's gonna be crazy for our little wannabe grade 1 shamans. But before we get on to all of that, Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 95. We're deeper into the Shibuya arc, part 12, 13, and it's starting to get even crazier. We already got Gojo getting sealed, which we expected, but still happened crazy. It being revealed that Geto, his body's being controlled by some brain, so we could just call them Getu. The curses now aren't agreeing on just trying to get Sukuna back, or they're actually trying to go after Yuji and Nabara because Choso wants to kill her, even though Gojo is trying to get the fingers of Sukuna, so they're playing their own little game. Getu doesn't want to leave the cube where Gojo's in. Geto's two twin/adopted daughters then showed up, and now, at all things, Toji's back. Gege, what are you trying to do to us? It's starting to get pretty crazy with Jujutsu Kaisen. And chapter 95, as I said, is just keep on with the trend. So we got Ino's ability, which, okay, cool, fine, awesome, amazing. Not even just amazing, really, really intriguing, especially with the whole concept of them being the summons of these justice type deities and beings that are known in Japanese culture. It's awesome seeing Ryu and Kirin, and we all know Kirin from Naruto, but it's also really cool seeing these type of references brought into Jujutsu Kaisen, especially in these type of modern times. Even with these special, well, I don't want to say summons because they seem to be more so medium type of abilities, I'm not sure how Ino's going to hold up with this whole, I don't know, doppelganger, body double, copycat. I don't know exactly what we can call this ability yet, but it's been pretty crazy to see what this technique is. So
let's go ahead and get right into the grips and grime of it, okay?
How the hell is Toji back? Well, let's rephrase. Toji isn't back. It's more so a cameo. You see, it looks like, based on what I can see, and if you feel differently, you can gladly comment below, but it seems to me that the grandmother and the grandson seem to have some dual combination type ability going on. So when I say that, the grandmother begins to store up her cursed energy while the grandson defends her body, as we see Ino trying to attack him and then eventually trying to get to her, but it not happening how he wants it to happen. And once she finally gets enough of that cursed energy cooked up, the grandson has to swallow this pill. Now, the pill seemed to have blood in it. Of course, it's not colorized, but it seemed to look like blood, a bloodish type of liquid when I was looking at it. Pops it. She activates the jujutsu. I said jujutsu. Well, you know, it could be jujutsu, but jujuku, something like that. Y'all get what the hell I'm talking about. But she activates this technique, and then boom, he starts to look like Toji. Right now, only seeing half of his face, but I'm very glad that Gege made it clear with the grandson saying, yes, this is the best one yet. Making it clear that this is simply him taking over the appearance and probably body of Toji and not Toji himself coming back from the dead. That would be crazy. But the big thing that with this is Yuji and Megumi. Now, as we see Yuji and Megumi in this chapter, they're going against this old man who's a tank. Clearly, he's taking every hit, every ability. He seems to even be able to easily take the wolf claws, which Megumi states in this chapter that should be able to easily harm a grade 1, and he's absorbing it with no issues, no problem. Last chapter, we did see him fall from 40 plus stories, hit the ground, and it wasn't even any damage to the ground itself, which leads me to believe he has some type of absorption type of jujutsu ability. I'm not sure, but either way, When I'm looking at this fight, it was quite interesting to see Megumi state that it's hard for him to fight with Yuji. Now, personally, if you ask me, it's more so Megumi not being able to adjust to Yuji's fighting style more it is Yuji being too difficult to fight with. For example, we've seen him with Toto and Nobara just fine with no issues really, but they are more brawler types, so that might be that advantage. But here with Megumi, he seems to be more of a tactician. He seems to be more of, okay, I'm going to attack while being able to send my Shikigami in to attack at certain moments. And I think, this is my headcanon speaking, that Megumi is struggling to be able to tie in his Shikigami's attacks with Yuji's and his own. So, with this arc and with this fight, I'm hoping we get to see some type of growth in that fashion, where he has to really learn how to combine his own attacks with those around him. Because even when he was fighting with Maki back at the Goodwill event for a short period of time, it was more so him fighting, more than it was him sending his Shikigamis out to do some fighting with him. So I'm really interested in that aspect. Now, back to this old man. He's a doozy. For him to be able to keep taking all of these attacks and to keep on looking at them as if it ain't nothing, and then especially with his words saying stuff like, oh, a lot of potential in this generation, definitely worth killing, which really made me think of Hisoka and Gon, which was the opposite, where Hisoka seeing Gon's potential and made him not want to kill Gon. You know, Hunter x Hunter, Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm always going to connect the two in some type of way, right? But either way, I really felt that from him, where I'm like, okay, this guy, he's serious, he's senile, and he really means business, but he's going to be something dangerous. And I'm really interested to see how Megumi is going to pick up for any type of slack that he has, and how Yuji is going to be able to either adjust or be able to maybe even help Megumi get to understand his fighting style. Overall, Chapter 95 of Jujutsu Kaisen felt rather quick. It didn't feel like something that gave us a lot of information, but it definitely started us off with knowing that this fight that we're getting in this arc isn't going to be simple. It isn't going to be straightforward, done, and then we just move on. And it seems to want to develop both parts of our trio into something better. It looks like it's going to maybe turn Ino into either dead, or it's going to turn him into an even more confident grade 1 sorcerer, and we'll be able to see where his abilities will go. And then hopefully we'll be able to see Yuji and Megumi become an amazing duo and be able to turn into something that we just couldn't imagine. And if we get something bigger than the dual Black Flash from Yuji Nobara, can you imagine Chimera Garden completed and then somehow Megumi hiding Yuji in his shadow, pop him and go black fashion, dude? Oh man. Look at me. Look at me. Now I'm just going crazy thinking about the possibilities that Gege could just take us into. But overall, I want to give this chapter an 8.5 out of 10. I think it's a really, really good start into I don't want to say just a simple battle. I think that this is going to be a pretty long fight that we're going to get out of this these two different groups going at each other, even though they're not different groups, but the way they're split. It might maybe prolong it to 4, maybe 5 chapters long. I'm sort of seeing that happening. My prediction could be wrong. Usually Gege does keep these fights quick, but it may be that. So hopefully we'll get some great stuff next chapter. I can't wait for the next one. And thank you guys so much for coming back to the Hideout. If you like this video, then you should press the like button at the bottom. If you disliked it,
are you stupid?
If you have anything else you would like to say, or, correct me on, you can always type your life away at the bottom of the comment section and say nice things, say mean things. Either way, I don't really mind. So, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'm Doncho. Peace.